Okay, well, this session started out really rough. The audio was really bad. Specifically, my audio was cutting out throughout most of the first hour or so of the game, which was a huge bummer because I had put together a really fun encounter with Strahd, who had showed up at the end of the last session on the streets of Vallaki to confront the party as they were in battle with some of the vampire spawn that he had cut loose on the town to wreak havoc. So I had just some great role play opportunities. There was a really cool interaction between Strahd and Mara, where he charmed Mara into delivering the bones of Saint Andrel right to him, which she failed her saving throw and did that, which was really pretty dramatic. He laid out the bones and he sort of lamented and reminisced about his friend Andrel before incinerating the bones, and in his mind giving Andrel the send off that he deserved through fire. At that point, Strahd essentially tasked the group with finding his beloved Tatiana, who they have really no idea who that is at this point, but know that it's now a quest that they've been assigned essentially by Strahd, who has basically said that he'll be back to Vallaki to destroy it once and for all, and that he will essentially torment the party until they fulfill their task, at which point he will grant them their salvation. So that all went down. Unfortunately, none of that was captured in the audio, so that is not here. But where we do pick up is right after Strahd mounted Bucephalus and left the scene. At that point, the party finds themselves on the streets of Vallaki, and that's where the audio, we fixed it and we got it kind of straightened out. So we're going to pick up there. Sorry about that, guys. What a pain in the
No
butt.
problem.
Jeez.
No problem. Moving forward, running through the streets of Barovia.
Okay, so Stan, you were the first in the order, and you decided to beeline it out of here, right?
Yep.
You're
Head for Blue Water.
Got it. All right, Mara, the town guard in front of you looks enraged, and he's going to attack you with his spear.
Okay. And I'm going to put up my shield.
He rolled a natural 1, so he totally misses you with his spear. And it's your turn.
All right. I don't want to hurt this guy because I'm sort of out of my trance a little bit here, and I'm not quite sure why they're attacking us, because I'm just a little confused right now. So I think what I'm going to do is do a thaumaturgy and put tremors in the ground for a minute, to kind of shake them up and scare them, but not really hurt them. And then I'm gonna turn and I'm going to I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna walk, because I don't want to enrage them any further. I want to try to I don't know. I'm going to attempt a sense of calm, at least initially here. So, but I am going to walk towards the same direction as Stanley.
Okay. And so you can utilize up to 30 feet of your movement.
Yeah.
But as you do that, he is going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
And he misses you. He rolled a 12.
All right.
So he's not too good right now.
Well, and the ground's shaking under him too.
Yeah, that definitely is having an impact. Marzen, or is there anything else you'd like to do, Mara?
I can't do another thaumaturgy, can I?
Nope. Thaumaturgy requires one action. So the only thing you have left is a bonus action if you have anything that's...
No.
Okay.
I think that's probably it for me.
All right, so there's another town guard next to you, Marzen, who's going to attack you with his spear. He looks at you with the bloodlust, and he's like, "This is all your fault." and he rolls a 10.
Yep, misses.
Okay. There's another guard here who is going to also come in 5, 10, 15 and attack you with his pike, Marzen. And he's going to have advantage because he's got you flanked. Oh, shoot. Hold
And
on.
he was like the head guard,
Yeah.
the lead guard.
Come on, buddy. Well, there
You
we
make
go.
2 attacks? Yeah, I got both attacks rolled on here.
Yeah, that he's using his pike though. So 14 and a 22.
22 hits.
Okay.
So 9 piercing.
9 piercing, yeah. He just jabs you in the back with his pike. And that brings us to your turn.
So I'm going to look at the guards and try to convince them and say, the whole city's on fire and you're worried about us. Shouldn't you be worried about the burgomaster right now? And gonna say I'm not the enemy here. I was here trying to get the bones. I was like, there must have been something that the devil must have been bewitched us. So I'm gonna try to just take a defensive action after that and not move and see what happens.
Okay, so you're going to use your action to
Try to persuade them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a persuasion check. Oh yeah, they take a moment and they take heed of what you're saying and they think about it for a second.
All right,
And
I'll just.
You say you don't want to move?
Yeah, I'm not going to move. I don't want to seem threatening or anything. And just to try to even persuade me more of like, look, we're not attacking you type of thing too. So.
Okay. All right.
Cool. That will be it.
Okay, Stan, that brings us to you. Do you want to just move off the game mat towards the Blue Water Inn?
I look around, and is there any more town guard right near me? Am I in danger right now?
Roll perception.
What's up with this guy?
That's the guy that tried to attack you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. Thank you.
Yep.
Perception is up to 20, right? Oh, I can't see anything.
You can't see. You don't notice much. There's a lot of chaos going on in the town right now.
All right. Well, I
burning and smoke and screaming and the bells ringing and it's raining and there's like this sleet coming down and lightning crackling through the sky. It's just chaos. So you're a little flummoxed.
I'm gonna find a spot with a little bit of cover up next to that building, maybe, so nobody's gonna sneak up behind me.
Okay.
Gonna take my bow, draw an arrow, and see if these guys need any backup. I might consider shooting that town guard with the pike if he doesn't leave Marzen alone.
Well, he just stabbed Marzen in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got his pike in Marzen's back. Marzen's trying to reason with him.
I'm going to shoot an arrow at him.
Okay.
Might not be the best idea, but that's all the way down the street over at the Elite Guard.
Okay.
And for that, I roll a 20. Is that the best way to do it? 18.
Actually, the best way to do it is to do it from your character sheet because it'll add in your bonuses. Because you definitely have bonuses to hit.
Yeah.
You can do that next time. And 18, even without your bonuses, definitely hits. So now you need to roll damage. So open up your character sheet, and you'll be able to roll the damage from there. So 6 piercing damage. Got it.
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay. All right. He gets you sink a arrow in through his armor into his back. That brings us to.
And then, I don't have an extra attack. I'm gonna stay put and see what goes on from here.
Okay. This town guard he sees what's going on down here, and he retreats to come back. And he says, "Lay down your weapons." Mara, it's your turn.
I'm torn between trying to appear calm and going to Stanley and being irritated with him for inflaming the situation, and trying to help. I think I'm going to. I hate doing this, but I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to channel my divinity and do the Radiance of the Dawn again to remind them
Just
a little bit.
And do you have how many uses of channel divinity? You may be limited on how many times you can do. I mean, you are limited. I know that. You have your third. What level are you right now? 4?
I'm level 2. I'm level 4.
Yeah, you only get to use it once per.
Oh,
per
that's
rest.
right.
Yep, and you already used it.
Yeah.
Shoot.
All right, then I'm going to do a Sacred Flame then.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit the guy who is now behind Marzen. And
This guy right here.
no, this guy.
Okay.
The guy who just went over there to kind of threaten him. In hopes that him trying to persuade them and us being able to,
Sure.
do some actions towards these guys will dissuade this guy from further action.
Okay, Sacred Flame, that requires me to roll a dex save. He fails, so roll damage. I rolled a 2.
What's the best way?
Like Stan.
What's the best way to roll damage on
From your
this
character sheet.
from my character sheet?
Yep, it should work. Of course, everything's been a little Murphy's Law tonight.
What should I click on this page?
Let's see.
If you go to your spells and just click on the spell, so from your character sheet, go to the spell page, then
Top right.
find Sacred Flame and just click right on it.
Click on the title, the red title, and it should.
Yep, it pulled up.
Yeah, it pulled up, but I mean, I'm.
Oh, yeah, it didn't roll the damage part though.
So go back to your core. Then right underneath your hit points, you see hit dice, and it should say like
Attacks.
your different weapons you have and attacks. You should see Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Just click it from there, and it should
roll
the
damage.
damage.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, there you go. So he takes 2 radiant damage. Just burns with flame. Anything else, Mara?
I'm going to continue to walk calmly. Like the way I did this is I just turned around and I just put my hand towards him and I looked very calmly at him and did the spell so that he could see I'm utterly calm while I'm doing it. And then like as if almost like I'm just sort of tossing it off like, dude, I can dispatch of you anytime I want, but I'm choosing not to, so please back off. But just being very calm about it. So in a way almost Strahd-like, and turning and just giving that and then turning my back and continuing to walk towards Stanley.
So you're channeling your new friend's vibe a little bit.
Yeah, I just I don't
like it.
but inside I'm shaken, but I'm trying to appear calm so that that they don't. I don't want a mob chasing us. I want them to be either leaving of their own free will or being so scared they don't want to come near us. So that's my play.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm gonna be up here by Stanley.
Okay. So Marzen, you're kind of surrounded down here, and this guard here tells you to lay your weapons down. Lay down your weapons now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it as a reaction if you allow me on his turn.
Sure.
Yep, and so I'll kind of lower my sword and put my hands up and saying, "Like, look here, I'm here. We've been trying to help you. We came with you guys here to fight these things. Why would you assume that we're friends of it? I think you guys have a bigger problem in hand. We need to find the burgomaster now and make sure he's safe.
Okay, so that's your reaction. The guard behind you picks up your sword and takes it and says, "You brought the devil upon us. You're going to have to answer for that." But he doesn't attack you, and that brings us to your turn, Marzen.
All right. Well, fuck it. I'll just cast Desolate Whispers on the guy who just picked up my weapon.
Okay.
Since he's gonna leave me alone.
Wisdom save?
Yep. I think it should be. Yeah,
How-
DC.
Will you remind me what the symbol on this guy is again?
He's the captain.
No, there's a symbol.
Oh, Bardic Inspiration.
Bard.
Unless you
Oh,
use
that's
it.
Yeah.
right. He had bardic inspiration.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. He rolled a 21, natural 20.
Ah, shit.
All right, he takes half damage.
So that's what was it? 15 total. So 8, 7. And remind me, what is that? Psychic damage?
It's
Yeah, psychic damage.
psychic. Yep.
So he kind of drops to a knee and he drops your sword and he just kind of holds his head in pain.
All right. I'll grab my. It's actually an axe. I said sword. I'll grab my weapon real quick, then I'll start dashing too. So I'll run 30 feet.
So you're gonna use your bonus action to grab the sword.
Yep, and movement
Okay.
to start moving.
Okay. So go ahead, and what's your path of movement?
It's going to be 1 or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, so these two guys will get attacks of opportunity.
Yep.
Spear. 22 to hit, 4 piercing. And the other guy, 19 to hit, 3 piercing.
Aye.
All right, 7 damage total.
Yep.
All right. I'm trying to get back to my core page. I'm still up.
If you change that little red bubble, it'll show up on your little health meter above your token.
All right. I was changing the character sheet. For some reason, it wasn't.
Which is fine too, but if you change it here,
Does it automatically?
well, it's just a good way for you to be able to visualize
Yeah.
like how much you have left. You're down to 6 right now?
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's why I was trying to be cool and everyone
Yeah.
else is leaving me. I was like, all right, fuckers.
Stan, back to you.
I'm interested to cover Marzen's escape. Either of those guys following him? Are they going to let him go? Anybody need an arrow?
It's not their turn yet, so you wouldn't know, but
Yeah.
they were just...
If you don't want to attack them, you could hold an action, and if they chase me, you could release an arrow on that and declare that as your action.
Oh, that's totally what I want to do.
Okay. So you're going to prepare your longbow attack?
Yep.
Okay. So it'll be triggered when they start to move towards Marzen.
Yeah, whoever jumps first gets an arrow.
All right. So that brings us to this guy here. And he is going to begin to move in that direction.
All right.
15. So go ahead and take a shot at
Yeah,
him.
fire. Yeah, take a shot at him. Do that like this, and I got to attack first, huh? How do I do that for my character sheet again?
Go to...
Shoot an arrow
Yeah, so...
like that.
Go to your main core
The
page.
core
then,
page.
Then underneath, in the middle part there, you should see all your different type of attacks. And you just click on one of the name of those attacks.
Yeah, click on longbow, and it'll roll it for you.
Isn't that what I did? 12.
12 to hit.
Yeah.
That misses.
Ah, shit. Come on, Stan.
5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to try to spear you, Marzen. 14.
It's on this.
Okay. That brings us to Mara.
Well, all right. He's not listening to me, so I'm going to take the crossbow and give him a shot.
Ooh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
This guy right here?
Yep.
Okay. That misses.
Oh, crap and a half.
Yeah.
Do I wait a minute? Hold on a second. Do I still have bardic inspiration?
I don't believe so.
I
No,
didn't know
I
how
think-
much. I didn't know how much time had passed.
Yeah, I think you already used it too, though.
I think so too.
I
think
did, but
The only person that had it was the captain.
okay. All right.
And the irony might be that he's going to use it on you.
Yeah, I know. That's
Shit.
why I was like, I remember what it was as soon as she said that, and I was like, shit, do I only want to say Dave doesn't remember? I was like, I better. It's
Well, you're an honest player.
yeah.
All right, this guard here is going to actually run this way. He's gonna
Good plan.
He disappears behind this this building here, and the elite guard does the same thing. They both disappear around the corner. Marzen, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna heal myself and then keep running. So I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
And you know that there's a guy right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just. Or it's just the one now, right? Everyone else retreated.
Yeah, if you looked back, you would have seen the other
All right.
guys run off.
I'm gonna cast him then. Dissolent was first.
Okay.
So DC 15.
All right. Wisdom save 15. So it's a successful save.
All right, so he takes half damage.
Yep, which is 6.
6. Yep.
Yeah, he's looking rough. He also sort of staggers a bit.
Then I'll move even after hitting him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's got an opportunity on me.
And natural 1, he misses.
Woohoo.
Nice. Stan, that brings us to you.
I'm watching Marzen running down the street. I'm still ready to shoot. I'm going to hold here until we get the band back together.
Okay.
So I'd like to do similar to what I did last time, where be ready to fire. And if anybody, including this guy that's all limpy, comes at us, I'm going to shoot. But I'm going to wait until then.
Okay, so you're going to ready your action.
Yeah, hopefully retreats with his buddies and doesn't need another arrow.
Okay. That brings us to him, and indeed, he starts heading back.
All right, I'll let him go.
And he disappears around the edge of this building as well. So the three of you are able to reconvene there at the top of the map, and it is chaos in this village right now. There are fires burning. The alarm bells are ringing. As you are running towards the Blue Water Inn, you see a wolf running down the street chasing some people.
Oh, shit. One of my first questions is, what do we have at the Blue Water? What do we have on us? Do we have our packs? Do we have all our weapons? What did we leave at the Blue Water? I'm not quite sure.
I have I think that I can't remember where I left. I think my pack is there at the Blue Water. I'm trying to remember where the heck I left it.
What did we do? We went to the...
I carried it with me.
Marzen and I had a
we
long
have
rest
the
and then
packs.
went to the
Yep.
canvas or the coffin shop.
We're about to leave. So did you bring your pack with you to the coffin shop?
I can't remember. I don't remember leaving it anywhere, so I'm going to assume yes.
So you guys all have your
And-
stuff with you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we probably, if we have our packs, we probably have rations and all of that stuff in
Yeah,
there
I've
too.
got I know all my rations are in my pack.
Because I know me and Stan were pretty much, we were leaving,
Yeah,
like,
we were leaving, I think.
and we're going to grab you. Because that was the whole thing was we're leaving first thing in the morning. Then,
Yeah. Yeah.
So should we
All
just
right.
get the hell out of town?
yep. I would
Yep.
say if they ran to the west, we should definitely go out like this north gate before word goes out and they try to seize us or something. So we need to get the fuck out of Dodge.
I don't want to, even though the town guard have some wounds on them, I don't really want to run into them again.
Yeah. Do you
So
guys want to,
that north side looks pretty good to me.
talking to you guys, do you guys want to double back and go back to the Vistani camp? Because that was, an hour away from the city?
Wouldn't be a bad plan.
That way we
Can we-
could get a rest in there.
Yeah.
I
Can we use this gate?
Does this path lead back to the Vistani, or do we have to go out the west?
The Vistani camp is here. Let's.
So
get rid of
it's
this. It's over.
southwest
Here.
from us?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's in the southwest
Okay.
corner of the map. If you scroll over.
How
Yeah.
about those paths over to the south?
So yeah.
Can we get out of one of those?
One of these two paths?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right here. Right now, you're right here, basically, and you're running.
Let's go out this way then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's a gate there, then let's use that one.
Okay. So you're gonna make your way through towards that southern gate right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody roll a perception check for me. And you're running. You guys are hustling, I'm guessing. Like dashing, like just moving. You're not. Okay. So, Marzen, you're the only one that notices this, but as you are running down the street, you look over to the left and you see down, not very far away from you, you see a creature, one of the spawn vampires, hunched over this figure and just tearing it apart down one alley, and you see people scattering in front of you, just running away in all directions, and people screaming, and it's just total chaos.
Yep. I'm not going to relay that. It's not my problem.
Okay.
Just heading out.
So you keep running.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just keep running.
Okay.
Thank you.
Everybody, roll a strength athletics check for me. Nice. Stan, you start to fall behind a little bit as you're running through the city. Mara and Marzen, you sort of take notice that Stan is sort of falling behind a little bit, which makes sense. He was literally dead like only minutes ago.
We'll slow down enough or I'll slow down at least enough to make sure we're able to stick together going through the gate.
Yeah. I know safety in numbers, so I'm gonna slow down as well.
Okay. So you get to about here. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
You get to about there, and now you can see this gate, and you can see that there's a small group of Town's Guard that are in charge of this gate, and they are currently sort of have the gate barred.
I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna do some thaumaturgy and yell and say, hurry to the burgomaster. They're attacking the burgomaster. All arms to the burgomaster's house.
Yep. And I'll do that to try to help her too. Convince her, but like, we just came from there barely with alive, they need everybody there.
All right, Mara, roll a deception check with advantage. Nice. As you approach and you cry it and you yell out and you give them this sort of update and command, they kind of look at each other and go, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And one of the guards looks over and says, "You two men, redeploy yourself to the burgomaster's mansion immediately." And so two of the men, so now there's only two at the gate, but so half of the men take off and head back into town, and they run past you, and they look scared. They look really scared as they run past you into the chaos. So
I'll whisper to Mara and Stan, wait until we get really close and let's try to knock them out, as we're limping up next to them, because basically trying to get a surprise round on them, because right now they're not determining us as a hostile.
all right, you approach the gate, and they say, "You look terrible. Where did you come from?"
The burgomaster's house is like, we need to get out. There's civilians too. Please, quick, open the gate so we could leave.
They sent us to tell you that they need all hands on deck.
One of the guys turns to you, Marzen, and says, "You're the storyteller, the Misty Road."
Yeah, that is me. It's like, quick though, we must get out, and we need to allow a escape route for some of the civilians. It's like, it's chaos in there. There's wolves and vampires everywhere. It's up to you if you guys want to go help the burgomaster or flee with us. It's your lives are on your own accord as of now.
Okay, roll a persuasion check. So you're trying to persuade these guys to
Either come with us or
Yep.
go help them out.
Okay. Roll with advantage since they, one of the guys at least knows you well. Oh, yeah. They're like, we can't leave our post. We must stay here to defend. But we will open the gate for you. And so they open the gate, and you're able to escape outside of the city of Vallaki, once a safe haven for the people of Barovia, and now just chaos and death.
And fire.
And fire. And wolves. And vampires.
And vampires.
And. Okay, so you make it out of the city of Vallaki, a much different place than when you first arrived.
We left our mark.
Yeah, you should.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's like the Hangover in Vegas. Walking through the. It's like, yeah, we had yeah, we really did a number on that city.
Oh man, you totally did. That's hilarious. All right,
Yep.
so you've made it outside the gates, and you are making your way to the Vistani camp. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I think that's the safest place. What do you guys think?
Agreed.
Yeah, but they're liable to come for Vistani too.
Yeah, I think they got their hands full in the city though. I think
Yeah,
they'll be
I
fine
think
for a while.
We should be good for a little while anyway, and at the very least, they may be able to give us some direction as to where perhaps the next best place to go would be.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so it's about an hour. It's about an hour walk through the Svalich forest to get to the Vistani camp. And your path will take you. Well, there's two different ways you can go. You can skirt the edge of the forest and then drop down into the camp on the road, or you can take the forest road. The forest road is a little bit quicker.
Me with my ranger favored habitat, I would say let's cut through the woods.
Yeah,
and use Natural Explorer to get us there quietly and quickly.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
I'll lead.
All right.
Okay, so Stan leads the way, and just sort of miraculously, he, with his training as a ranger, is able to find his way, to find the right turns, the path. He's not going to get you lost. You feel pretty confident that he's going to get you to where you need to get to. And let's see here. As you're making your way, we're just gonna do this.
That doesn't look good.
Yeah, that
No,
look
it does
good.
not.
Everybody roll a perception check.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I hate rolling.
Oh shit! Nice.
There we go.
All right.
Wow. Okay, so Marzen and Stanley, as you are making your way, you get to right about, I would say, about here in the forest, and you spy ahead of you an individual walking down the forest road towards you, in your direction.
I don't think he's a hostile, Stan. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. We could duck off to the side. With rolls like that, we probably spotted him before he spotted us.
Yeah, let's just hide off the path a little bit and get a better view of who he is.
And I see or I don't see all of this going
You did not see, but you heard them talking.
Okay, got it. I'm following them.
Okay, everybody, you're going to try to hide, basically, and sort of be stealthy?
Yeah, just hide up on a tree and just
Okay.
wait for him to get closer.
Okay, so everybody roll a stealth check for me.
Oh, come on, Stan.
Oh, shit, guys.
Fuck, this isn't working
Stan's
well.
like one of the worst rangers I've ever seen before. Can't
Low roll,
arrows
Stan.
and shit, then can't hide.
Low roll, Stan.
So sad.
I'm gonna get the bow ready.
That is so sad. Oh, guys. Oh, man. All right, give me a second here.
Oh, crap.
And that's with 6. That was a 4.
Oh, my God, David.
A 4.
Yeah. Mine was a 7.
And mine was a 9. I have
Yeah.
nothing additional on stealth, so
You had the best roll. We just
I had
had
the best
better
roll.
modifiers.
Oh, my God.
Killing me,
fat
Stan.
lot of good that did me.
Yeah, at least we saw him coming, though. So, I mean, if it's a hostile, at least he doesn't have the drop on us now. We got that going for us.
Okay. So you duck into the woods, and you feel like you're hidden, but...
Making all kinds of noise and
right.
raising a ruckus.
Stan, you snap a branch, and Mara, you sort of slip a little bit and catch yourself as you stumble. And this figure continues to walk towards you. It's alone and has a stride of bearing of one who knows no fear. Clad in rusty armor, it clutches a gleaming longsword in its pale hand and looks ready for a fight. As it's approaching you from a distance, it almost kind of looks like it's like a zombie. As it gets closer, you can kind of see its face, and it gets closer to you, and you can see its sunken eyes as it kind of turns and looks at the three of you off to the side of the road, and just kind of cocks its head to the side. And you can see that it's clad, it's in tattered chainmail, and it has on a pendant on its shoulder, it has this sort of like disc that has the visage of a dragon's head.
Does a person look so he looks undead? We're able to.
He looks
to see
undead,
that?
yeah, and he just kind of stops and stands there and looks at you.
Does he approach us or anything?
He doesn't. He just stands and looks at you.
I'll call out to him then if he's not. And say, "How's it going?"
When you speak to him, he opens its mouth, and all you hear is just this.
Could I try to do like an insight to see if he looks like he's trying to
Sure.
do anything against us, or just kind of? What do you want? Insight them?
Insight, yeah.
Can I too?
I'm gonna Dave. I'm gonna do the same thing
Okay.
because I've got good insight usually.
And continue.
Yeah, pretty good. So what were you trying to identify, Mara?
I was trying to identify if he was friend or foe. If if his intentions were to hurt us.
Okay, you can
And-
see based on that roll, Stan and Marzen. It's hard for you to tell, but Mara, you can tell by looking at this creature that there's a really distinct aura of hate coming from its eyes. And as you say that, or as you sort of assess that, you can hear this sort of distant. He speaks, but it sounds like his voice is far away. It's just this very strange sound, and he just says, "Are you friend or foe? For whom do you fight?"
I'll respond and say we fight for ourselves to keep us alive. We are friend. Unless you see us as a foe, then we are foe.
Okay, so none of that was a deceptive move at all. He's gonna roll an insight check, just for the heck of it. Just a straight D20. He sees that you are, you seem honest, and he says, "Honorable warriors."
Who do you fight for? Are you of the land, or are you of Strahd?
When you say Strahd's name, you can see that he turns even more hatred in his eyes. "I am sworn to destroy Strahd."
I'll
Sir,
smile at him.
Sir, tell us your name.
"My name is," and he stops for a second. "My name," and he just seems as though he can't find it. He says, "I fight for the Order of the Silver Dragon."
That'd be awesome if I could have heard him.
Well,
He says
buddy,
that he fights for the Order of the Silver Dragon.
All right.
Ah.
Well, so I'll say then, if your enemy is Strahd, then we are friend for sure.
yeah. And your fight is in the city, not here.
He turns to walk away, but before he does so, he says one last thing to you. He says, "Travel to Argenvostholt. There, you must convince Vladimir Horngard to help you in your fight. We need him to defeat Strahd."
We will. Thank you.
Thank you, friend.
And then he turns and just continues walking.
Well,
towards-
that could have been a lot worse, guys. I'll look at Mara and Stan like,
Well,
shit.
Yeah, that was weird.
that was either good to know or bad to know.
Yeah. Well, I think we have our next course of action of where to go to.
Yeah.
Let's get to the Vistani camp, and I'm sure you're out of spells, Mara. I'm completely drained.
I'm wiped out. I didn't get a full night's sleep last night, and well, it's been a trying day.
Yep. So let's try to get to the campus and take rest and head to this stronghold next.
Sounds good to me.
Agreed.
Okay. So you get back out on the road and you make your way, eventually making your way to your destination, the Vistani camp. When you arrive, the camp appears to be deserted. It seems to be packed up in a sense, like they were not as if they left in a hurried manner, but as if they packed up the camp and sort of closed it down and left. The hovels, here, let me bring up the map for you.
So everything's
And-
packed up right now?
Yeah, everything's packed up.
There's no carts or anything?
These carts are here, but they're boarded up. So all these little wagons are still there. These horses are not.
Are these are hard structures?
Yeah, these are buildings. They're here. Let me read the description to you again. The woods part to reveal an expansive clearing, a small grass-covered hill with low houses built into its sides. Fog obscures many of the details, but you can see that these buildings feature elegantly carved woodwork and have decorative lanterns hanging from their sculpted eaves. Lanterns currently are dark. Atop the hill above the fog is a ring of barrel-topped wagons that surround a large tent. The tent is currently dark, and there doesn't appear to be any activity in the camp.
Could we call out for I got my notes for that Vistani that we met in here. I gotta pull up my notes again. You guys remember his name?
The Dusk Elf or somebody else?
Yeah, it was the only person that was there last time. I think it was the
Yeah.
Dusk Elf.
I'm trying to remember. The Dusk Elf's name is Casimir.
Casimir, yep.
That's
So-
that's the Dusk Elf. I don't have the name of the Vistani guy. Yagni? Soldar?
No, those were the wolf hunter guys.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
think
the
it was.
crest.
Wasn't it Boris? The guy
Boris
that
was-
the first
yeah,
guy
that
that
was
you met those three
that was
guys
the
on the
Yeah.
road at the
Yeah.
very beginning.
Yep.
I think it was Boris.
So we'll call out for Boris Man from the sack. Then
Okay.
I'll call out his name and see if Casimir is here too.
There's no response.
All right. I'll peek in one of these buildings and see if the doors are locked or if it's been like ransacked or anything.
Okay, yeah, the door's locked on this building.
This is a main tent in the middle,
Yeah,
right?
that's the tent on the top of the hill.
All right.
I'm trying to remember which one of these was Casimir's because I had gone to that house.
It was this one down here.
I want to go check. I want to check specifically inside of, or at that one
Okay.
because he didn't come out before until I knocked on the door.
Okay. You head down there and the door is locked.
All right.
I'll check
Tap,
the main
tap,
tent.
Who's gonna go to the tent?
Marzen.
Okay.
I'll follow into the main tent.
Okay. You guys enter the main tent and it's dark, but there's and most of the supplies are sort of packed up and organized. There are a couple fire pits inside. There's a cooking hearth. All of them are currently dark and cold.
So they do have supplies are packed up and stuff in their wagons and stuff. It just looks abandoned right now.
Yeah, it looks like just there's just nobody home basically.
All right. Do you guys want to break into a hard building and stay the night, or stay the night at the tent?
I was thinking the same thing. I think we should stay in one of the hard buildings.
Yeah.
And
How about we light a fire in the main tent, and we could keep an eye out as we're sleeping. Whoever's on lookout and watching to see. That way, if someone comes to try to find us, they're going to be coming to the main tent that has light in it,
Yeah. I'll start a fire.
and we could
All right.
sleep in like a hard building type of thing.
yeah, I think we should stay in Casimir's building because if he comes back, at least he knows us, and none of the whoever lived in the other buildings, they didn't meet us, they don't know us.
All right.
Okay.
Do these buildings, do they have windows looking towards the tent at all, or is it just a single door?
Yeah, they're built into the wall.
The
There
hillside.
doesn't appear to be any
I didn't see that
windows
part.
at all. Yep, they're built into the hillside.
All right. I mean, we could just watch it. That's pretty cool. I didn't see that part of the map.
Yeah, it's a cool drawing.
So the door's on the outside, like
Yep.
right here. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's still a plan. We could still have someone just keeping watch and looking out the tent right outside a door or something.
All right, I'll start a fire in one of the fire pits in the main tent.
Okay.
Can I do that with survival?
Sure. Roll a survival check. Why not?
Come on, Stan. Oh,
You're able to get a fire started, but it just takes you a little bit longer than normal. You're not sure
And
why.
it's all
It's a little
smoking and just-
frustrating. Yeah, it's smoldering, and then it kind of goes out, and then you got to start again.
yes.
But you eventually get a fire started.
Lowest rolling ranger.
And then, how do you want to get into the cabin or the small house?
Break in politely.
Yeah, I've got the mace. Actually, I've got the dagger.
Do you guys have lock picks or anything?
I don't have a
explorer's
lockpick. I
pack.
have a lockpick, but I'm. Is there a window? No, it doesn't look like there's any windows in the doors. Is there? There's no glass
There's no
in the.
window.
Okay.
Stan, you said you got some lock picks. Do you have the explorer's pack?
I've got explorer's pack. I'm looking to see if there's lockpicks in an explorer's pack. I don't think so. I think lockpicks are in dungeoner's pack. Backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days rations, and a water
Yeah, I don't
skin. The
think you do
pack
have
also
that.
has 50 feet of hempen rope snapped to the side.
What about trying to like wedge an axe to where the door lock is and trying to just, without damaging it too much, just trying to bend the frame so we
Sure.
could open the door?
Okay.
So it's like what Mara was trying to say, trying to break in but politely, something
Sure.
that's not going to...
So whoever wants to do that, roll just a straight strength check.
Well, Marzen, you've got the axe.
Yeah, I got 16 strength. Are you guys any stronger than that?
It's just a wooden door.
Negative.
All right.
So yeah, it
I
swings inward.
Okay, just verifying that. Thank
Yep.
you.
So where are you going to set the trap?
Somewhere out front that I would catch somebody right in the path out front.
Okay. All right, so you go ahead and move out of the way there. So there's a trap right here. Is that the right spot?
Yeah, that looks good. I'll take that.
Okay. All right, so there's a trap set here. Mara, what did you want to do?
I'll go in the house.
Okay, go ahead. The door's open. You can head on in. And you see a pretty Spartan-looking house. There's a chair in front of the fireplace.
It's just the one room.
It's just the one room.
I'm going to work on starting a fire in the fireplace.
I'll stop you, Stan, and tell you let's not do a fire in this place if we're trying to hide and not let anybody know we're in this building. Wouldn't make any sense to
All right.
have some smoke going off.
Mara, as you
Fine,
look
that makes
around,
sense.
you see in
I
little
agree.
cubby holes along one of the walls, there are little wooden statues of small elven figurines. And there's a tapestry of a forest that hangs on the opposite wall. So there are some decorations in here. Yeah. All right. So you guys are going to do a rest here. It's probably by this point it's probably around noon.
Yeah, I have to.
All of that chaos happened in the morning.
Yeah, I have to sack out.
So, do you guys want to travel at night, or do you want to investigate the rest of these buildings, then sleep during the night, then head out first light?
I am perfectly happy just sticking here. I don't think we should mess with the other buildings. It's everything's locked up. We've already been invasive enough here. I want to leave Casimir a note explaining that we had to stay here, and thank him for his hospitality.
I get that. How soon do you want to leave, though? As soon as the rest is up? Because I will be in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I don't want to leave in the middle of the night, but
So we're gonna stay
I'm
till the next
thinking that we
morning.
kind of, but I'm thinking that we need to do this in shifts, right?
Well, so you can
Yeah.
take a long rest, which is 8 hours, and you don't necessarily have to be sleeping. You just have to be inactive.
Yep.
You can't be doing anything else
Yeah.
but resting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, technically, you could, it's noon. You could rest until 8 o'clock, and then you could sleep.
And I'm pretty sure that we could make our way through the woods at night. I think I can keep us on the path.
Yeah, but
As long as I don't
with
roll for shit.
Where are
so
you
many
going?
vampires and so many wolves.
Yeah, where are we
Where
going
do you
to go?
plan to go?
It's a good question.
Stronghold. Right? Do we know where the stronghold is? Have we seen anything or you've
I
heard?
drew a map once upon
Argynvostholt.
a time. Let me refer to my map and see if that was something that was discussed at that point. I know roughly where Kresk is. I know roughly where the winery is. Roughly where the Amber Temple is. Roughly where Barovia and Tisser Falls are, and Zarovich Landing. Those are all places that we talked about and got a rough map from one of the Vistani. But this other place, what's it called?
Argynvostholt.
Argynvostholt, yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall him. If he told us where it was, I didn't write it down on my map.
All right. Well, you want to just take a rest, then I'm forward just looking at if no one's back by the time we want to leave, searching through these buildings and seeing if there's anything that could help us.
Yeah, I'd like to see if maybe if Casimir has any kind of information or maps or books. Can I do an investigation?
Sure. You do not find any books or maps,
Okay.
but you do notice that the statuettes appear to be some sort of like elven deities that you're not very familiar with, but they do seem to have some markings that are reminiscent of religious symbology, but no books or maps.
Okay.
Stan's investigating hard.
Yeah, I would say so. Here's my take on what's going on, Stan and Mara. If no one's here, everything's packed up and locked up, and no one's here, that's still kind of red flag because you think you would at least have one person here to watch all the possessions. So I feel like if we take a rest and if no one's showed face by 8 hours from now, I'm gonna start searching through wagons and stuff and trying to see if there's any maps or anything. I mean, they're Vistani, so they're traders. They might have some type of. And if no one's here within 8 hours, maybe no one's gonna be coming back. We could leave a message. So
yeah, I think that's fair. I was going to write something for Casimir anyway, and I speak and write Elvish, so I'll leave him a note and I'll explain what the situation was and to please and apologize for any damage that we may have left behind. That we were just trying to find something, yeah.
All right, Dave, with that 20 investigation, that leads over to me as well. I'm curious what kind of damage I sustained being bit by a vampire earlier.
You're investigating yourself?
Well, I rolled really high on investigation. That
but
probably
what are you investigating?
Well, I was looking at my surroundings, but I'm wondering what the hell happened to me with being bit by a vampire.
So you, with your investigation check, which I think is you're referring to kind of looking around the hovel?
Looking around the hovel, but also internally as well. I mean, am I secure here? Am I safe? And the situation secure?
So you don't see anything beyond what I mentioned with the figurines, the tapestry. There's a nice chair in front of the fireplace.
But internal as well. Am I?
That wouldn't be
am
an
I safe?
investigation check. That would be a medicine check. You were bit. Yeah, so you reach up and you kind of rub the spot where you were bit, and you can feel the holes. and it's still tender and it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got it's not like the classic 2-hole sort of puncture. Like it's more of like a legitimate bite from something that bit you with all of its teeth. And it hurts and it feels, there's a lot of pain, but you can't like see it because it's on your neck, but you can feel it with your hand, and just because of the pain, now that you actually have a chance to kind of relax a little bit and let down your guard, you start to feel the pain.
Do I feel like a vampire? Do I want to drink blood and all of that stuff?
Well, let's see. Given the fact that your favorite enemy is undead,
Yep.
and the fact that you have intelligence check to recall information about them. You can roll. You could roll a.
Let's see. I got favored.
Yeah, you could roll either a history check or probably a history
Wisdom?
check.
I have advantage on wisdom survival checks to track my favorite enemies.
Are you trying to track an undead right now?
Not exactly.
Nope, you sure aren't.
You are
you
your
also
greatest
have
enemy.
you also have advantage.
Other than myself.
Yeah, you know where you're at. You're like, oh shit, I'm on. No, you
Nah.
have advantage on intelligence checks to recall information. So if you wanted to roll a history check with advantage, you could do that.
History.
Could I also do like just a history check on my own, like seeing that he was bit, and because my guy was a researcher, so he's like basically studied a bunch of like monster books and stuff
Sure, yeah.
to try to see if there's like, hey, should we be keeping an eye on Stan type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. What'd we get?
Oh, well.
Oh, nice. What did you get? Oh, you got an 18?
Yeah.
Stan? Okay. So Stan, you know this as well as Marzen, that a single bite from a vampire is not going to turn you into a vampire. You actually have to be killed by a vampire bite in order to cause you to raise from the dead. And at that point, you would become what's known as a vampire spawn, and you would come under the control of the master vampire that created you. You're still not happy about the situation, though.
No. I feel the need to ask for help with getting some first aid and getting stationary.
Sure, and with that medicine check that you rolled, you're able to tie a bandage on your neck, and you're able to stop the bleeding, and it was kind of just seeping blood. It wasn't gushing blood at this point because you were healed actually by Strahd. He provided you with
Shannon too.
some healing, and Shannon did as well. Okay, but yeah, you're able to use your medicine check to bandage yourself.
Enough to the point that I could rest.
Yeah, you guys can definitely take a long rest if you want.
That's what I'm looking to do.
I want to do a quick history check because I'm trying to remember the name of the guy, the zombie guy who he was fighting for.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember what the guy said, who he was fighting for.
Order of
Order
the
of the
Silver Dragon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, I'm taking a rest unless you guys are trying to do anything else.
Yeah, I'm totally. I've gotta rest for sure.
okay. So you guys, anything else you want to do before you take a long rest at this point?
Barricade the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a table. You can move that table over.
Yep.
Put that in front of the door. Okay, good idea. All right, great. So you barricade yourself into Casimir's hovel and you take a long rest. So at about 8 p.m., you're feeling better. Your hit points are restored to full.
Me too.
You too. Yep.
Sweet.
Do we do that manually, or is that something you do at your end?
You can do that. You can do that by clicking onto your character and just changing your red bubble.
I just changed that back to 31.
Okay, great. So yeah,
You're
you
gonna
guys
make sure you go to your spells though.
Yeah,
and make
that's
sure
Yeah.
that's where.
You regain
Yep.
all your expended spell slots. And you guys are going to also level up to level 5.
Oh, sweet.
So I think what we'll do is we'll stop here and we'll just work on getting everybody leveled up, and then we'll call it a night.